Buenvenidos and welcome to the third and so far final episode in this series covering the volumes of Love, Death, and Robots. Briefest of brief explanations for those wild child viewers who still haven't watched the show and begun this series on part 3. Love, Death, and Robots, animated anthology on Netflix with episodes running a spectrum of quality. Me, son of a bitch who summarizes every one of those episodes in 10 words or less. And because I worry those words might be vague or hurtful, I've also rated each episode in 4 categories on a scale out of 5. Because beneath my quiet and hateful exterior, I am a being of love, and death, and robots. Volume 3. Elon joke is gonna lose you a point. That's just a normal crab! And it's horrifying! Painting with all the colors of the visible spectrum. These 7 minutes lasted 12 years. That's relativity, folks. 12-year-old me would have loved this. Quit messing with the bugs! Oh, have at ya great metal mimsy! I have never been this happy to be this scared. Somehow I understand, and I'm still confused. Volume 3 brought a larger selection than Volume 2, still not as many as Volume 1, but what were the standout episodes of this round? That's right, it's time for the best, the worst, and the episode that never quite found its sea legs. Not in that order. At the very bottom is Night of the Living Mini-Dead, but if I covered that, I'd be repeating a lot of my tirade from when the yogurt took over. And that's no fun. I want to be disparaging in new and creative ways. So I'll cover an episode that was at the higher end of bad. 3 Little Robots Exit Strategies. I'm not allergic to the idea of follow-ups for these episodes. I think there are a handful from Volume 1 that could do very well, but 3 Little Robots isn't one of them. It's an anthology episode of an anthology series. Good for a one-off, but repeating this concept is going to fall off very quick. I think the creators want to make these 3 the poster children for the series. There is a way to do that, and this isn't it. The next step up the ladder for an episode that never quite organized itself is Gibbero. A siren lures a band of knights to their deaths by enticing them to swim out to her in a lake. All but one knight who is deaf, and the siren stalks him through the woods. No dialogue in this episode, and paired with a psychedelic kind of animation style makes for a trippy little thriller of a plot. But I'll repeat myself, I understand, but I'm still confused. The episode leaves a little too much up to interpretation. Personally, I was distracted by the deaths. The siren kills people or gets them killed by having them try to swim out to her only to have them drown in the lake. But everyone we see swimming out to her is in full heavy armor. So what if someone in street clothes happened by? It's a lake, not an ocean. I don't know what would happen, and questions like that deflate the tension. The episode just needed a little bit of a firmer grasp on the rules. But at the tippy top of this volume, there were 2 contenders I had in mind. So I asked myself, which episode had more fun with its concept? And the answer was Bad Traveling. Points knocked off for an opening text crawl about some special sharks that never make an appearance, but the rest of the episode is gold. Pure horror on the high seas, pure Lovecraft with just a big version of a basic sea animal. And the animation almost steals the show. The water effects. I don't know what studio animated this, but they're showing off. They're dropping their pants and waving their dick at other studios, which I respect. Lovely episode all around, unless you happen to be arachnophobic like me. Volume 4 is supposed to come out at some point, possibly TBA, TBD, don't call us, we'll call you. If that ever happens, I'll cover those episodes too, but until that day comes, so long and thank you for making it this far. I'll be back with more summaries in 10 words or less soon enough, but first it's time for something completely different.